Hey everyone, I'm Melissa from Knitting the Stash, and today I want to talk to you about Puni-Style Rolags and how to make them. Luckily for me, I have this awesome box from Paradise Fiber. This was the October Fiber of the Month Club, and in it is some really gorgeous fibers, some sari silk and some yak blends and some actual natural de-haired yak. So this is a top made in the Yaktober colorway. And it is 50% de-haired Tibetan yak and 50% merino in the colors burgundy, rust, and mustard. And so this is a top preparation. If you were to spin this with a short forward draft, this would come out as a worsted weight yarn because it's top and all the fibers are aligned. But what I want to show you today is one way to take some of the other fibers that were in the box and turn them into a semi-woolen prep or a Puni-style rolag. So let's get started. Okay, so to make Puni-style rolags or any kind of semi-woolen prep, you need carders of one kind, either hand carders, drum carders. You could do the blending board. And for this preparation, we're going to use hand cards, and we're going to use, ideally you'd have matching knitting needles, but any knitting needles will do, kind of long or long dowel rods, anything to help you pull the fiber off the hand cards. The other thing we need is fiber. So here's some natural de-haired yak down. This is an ounce of it. It's actually a little less because I've been playing with it, but here's the darker shade and here's the lighter shade. And you can see that the fibers here are really, it's almost like alpaca in that it's in a cloud, and the fibers themselves are incredibly short. So one of the things we're going to try to do is blend in those fibers with some longer fibers so that it'll make our lives a little bit easier. Over here is some sari silk sliver tops in blue, red, and yellow. There's 2 ounces here. And we're going to be playing around mostly with the blue today. And you can see that this sari silk is also a really short staple length and kind of mixed up fibers. So again, we're going to blend this and try to produce something that allows us to spin a little bit more easily. Okay, so there are a couple different kinds of Puni-style rolags that I've been working up from the things in this box. And one of them on this side here is just yak blended with silk. And you'll see that these Puni-style rolags are going to have some slubs in them as you spin them. It's going to be great for art yarns, and it's going to produce a really interestingly textured yarn. The other Puni-style rolags I've been working on are these, and these are merino blended with silk. And the nice thing about adding the merino at the base of your hand cards is that you end up with being able to kind of deal with the shorter staple length of the silk. Now this one you can see the silk on the outside, this one you can see the merino on the outside, the silk is more on the inside, and as you spin it the silk will slowly come out with the merino. So I'm going to show you how to make these today. This is a merino silk blend. So once you've cleaned off your hand cards, you're ready to begin. You want to find some fiber that is, you know, complementary color or something that you actually want to work with. Because you want to think about how they're going to look as they blend together. I have a bin of fiber that I keep that's kind of worthy of blending, and so I've pulled out a little bits and pieces of merino and some bamboo to use as my base. So what I'm going to do is lay down some fiber on the hand cards. And of course with the hand cards you want to be careful, you want to never put your hand into the teeth of the cards, either on a hand card or on a drum carder, because they are very sharp and can do some damage to you. So I'm laying down just a base of merino here to capture some of the silk, and then I'm going to put down some silk itself. So this is the silk, some of the silk that was in the Paradise Fiber box, and I'm going to kind of carefully kind of work it in there, get it into the teeth so that it grabs. And I'm going for a more uniform kind of Puni-style rolag. You can do a rainbow style where you had one color here and another color in the middle and a third color here. You could do a blend and really actually blend this together really well, or you can just play around with it like this and see what happens. It's really just fun to play around with. And now I'm going to add one more layer of a merino bamboo blend on top to kind of hold everything together. And you'll see when I put my hand down, I'm going very flat on the teeth. I'm not pushing my hand one way or the other, just to catch the ends of these fibers as I'm pulling them. Okay, so my hand card is loaded. I'm going to take the other side, and these I have curved hand cards, which I think are easier to use than the flat ones. And the basic motion is that you're going to be doing this kind of motion, and you don't want your teeth to clang together too much because it will damage them. So you want to just, if they graze each other, that's okay, but not too much. You're going to kind of start pulling down and out. So you can put as much or as little fiber from one comb to the other as you want. So I'm going to put one knitting needle underneath and one on top and catch all those fibers and start rolling my fiber off my hand card. And you can see the little bits of silk that are kind of sticking up there. Okay. And I usually give it a little squeeze to kind of help those fibers. You don't want to rub it or anything, but you do want those fibers to kind of stick together. Then I pull out one needle and the other, and I have a cute little Puni-Style rolag that you can spin from the end for a kind of semi-woolen prep. Alright, so that's a little tutorial on how to make these Puni-Style Rolags with some hand cards, and a big thank you to Paradise Fiber for supplying the beautiful October box of spinning fibers to play around with, and I would highly encourage anyone who's interested in having a little adventure to get a hold of one of these Paradise Fiber boxes and have some fun. I'm Melissa from Knitting and Stash, and I'll see you next time.